Hey guys, I hope you're having a great day. I hope you have a great rest of the week and a great weekend as well. And for you guys that are going to prom or that have already been to prom, hope you guys are driving safe, and hope you guys did drive safe for the ones that did go. Like I said, before I get in this video, I just kind of shit, this train of thought. Goddamn. I am gonna pack a lip first. What I'm dipping on this time probably will be the last time too. I will do a whole video on why I'm quitting later. Is Red Seal Mint. I'm kind of disappointed though. For my last can, I was kind of hoping for something good. But, I mean, don't get me wrong, the company itself is a good product. They make good dip. But I'm just kind of pissed at the can's dry as shit. But anyway, I just kind of want to make this video discussing on the topics of relationships. I mean, we've all been there. I mean, probably by now, even for you guys watching, you probably dated a few. Now, every relationship, there's that one where, like, you wish that you guys are still together, and there's ones that are, like, off and on, and there's ones that, like, they've ended good, but you guys are still friends with a mutual thing, like, it just wasn't, like, right. And I've been in some before where I'm thinking, like, why the fuck did I date this person? I mean, it's not like nothing bad or something like that. It's just like my personality and their personality didn't connect. If you kind of seen me on some of my old videos and stuff, I'm like, I got a different personality, a different point of view from everyone else. Now, that said, there's people that do share my point of view and stuff like that, but with that said, and for you guys and stuff that are still in relationships and going strong, keep that up. And I think where most relationships do go wrong is the lack of communication. Communication and mutual respect for one another. And plus, with this day and age, also, like, even the music and stuff, it talks about cheating and stuff like that. I'm like, why? Like, if you claim you care about someone or even you love someone, why turn around and cheat? If you're not happy, be honest with the person and have it end right. Because if that's the case, like, it's just wrong. And with the part of communication and stuff like that, like I said, it's all about communication and compromise and stuff too. If you guys like the chick I'm with now and stuff like that, she didn't really care for the beard. It was like, okay, I can live with that. And so I shaved the beard, and it's just facial hair. Nothing important. Doesn't define your stature as a man. I mean, I know some people, like, I mean, if you guys believe that, that's your opinion. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. And what I do is my own thing. What people does is their own thing. Leave it at that. But also communication is a bigger factor in this. Like, if you guys keep yourself all bundled up and if you're one of those ones that keeps everything to you and then just waits till the very last minute till they get annoyed and blow up, and like you might as well just kiss your dating life goodbye, because you keep keeping that to yourself, it ain't gonna work. I know for experience, because I used to be like that. I used to not want people to be worried about my problems. I still am a little bit, but if it comes down to it, instead of blowing up on them, I'll talk to them about it. But, like, it's kind of sad, because I've seen a lot of good friends of mine and stuff. They've just been through crappy relationships. And men and women, both, it's just not right. And that said, like I said, it's just awful. And while I'm on here, I also kind of want to talk about more of a touchier subject. I seen this photo today on Facebook. It's older guy. He posted it on there. It's just like something someone shared all the way down the line till it got to my page. It was a picture of a pit bull. Great looking dog, really nice and stuff, all happy and everything. And it was adorable, I'll admit to that. And no one wanted to, what he said was no one wanted to pet his dog and stuff. It was I guess it was like a dog show or something like that. I don't know the whole story. And no one wanted to pet it because it was a pit bull. And I know what probably most people think of pit bulls and stuff, like these mean, nasty dogs that do nothing but bite which is not the case. Just because a few dogs and stuff do it doesn't mean it's the entire breed itself. And we can translate that into how people act today. Just because one certain group and stuff has a bad rap and stuff, it doesn't mean everyone in that group's bad. I mean, everyone, like, I'm not gonna lie, all races are kind of for that. Like, even if you're white, black, or Hispanic and stuff like that, there's good people in the group and there's bad people in the group. You can't do really nothing about the bad people. Well, unless you, well, you can, but if you're a cop or something, most ways of how people handle the good and the bad, or the bad and the ugly, it's usually not legal. But also, we're in our country today. It's so bad that we focus on nothing but the bad. We overpass the good things in the world. I think really, if we looked more to the good things in the world, we kind of take time out of our busy days and stuff or even, like I said, if we take time out of our busy days and stuff to just realize the good in the world, we'd be better off too. Because in this time, like, it's not necessarily like evil, like I see more about politics than anything on the news today, and it's bullshit. If people want to know, like, what if I'm left or right, I'm for the country in general. Whatever I think would be good for our country, I'll vote for it. I mean, yes, I'll admit I'm generally more Republican than anything else, because I just agree with what they say. I mean, that's like I said, my opinion, and you guys have your opinions. That's that. And another saying, opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. But that's the way I see it. As long as if you live here legally, and you follow by our rules, you abide by the Constitution and stuff like that, you're a good person, you do what's right. You're an American, I think, and it's time we need to start acting like it. We just can't do what we want. That's not how this works. So I know most people's like, yeah, it's like, sure, people say, yeah, we're a free country. I mean, we are. Have you seen some of these other countries and their rules? It's ridiculous. In some of the more predominant, like, high Muslim countries and stuff like that, there is people out there being, like, and it still occurs today. I've seen a video on the news when ISIS was a big thing where they hated Christianity, they hated that religion, and they line all the ones they caught up and they'll lop their heads off like it's nothing and just go on about their day. And it's kind of sad too, because it's probably even like the kids of those people, they got it. And that's another thing that's wrong with it. It's like, it's not necessarily the people in itself, it's how they're taught. Whether it's from birth or whether it's by, like, force, it's sad. And that's a big deal with racism and stuff nowadays. It's not necessarily, I mean, it's always been here since probably most likely the beginning of our country. And it's not necessarily something you're born with. You're taught that way. And I think that goes with a lot of our problems in our country. It's not necessarily it's like what we're brought up to believe. And it bugs the shit out of me. I know what you're thinking, like, well, you're from a small town, you probably never left your town. I was like, predominantly, no, I never really leave town unless I go to, like, maybe the next town over that's 20 or 30 minutes away. But I will say this, I've done mission trips and stuff before. I've been to the bigger cities. I've been in our country. I've been to Fort Worth. I've been to Nashville. I've been to Oklahoma City. I've been to several others. And I've seen it firsthand how bad this country is. And I think that's what also our youth needs to see. Like, yes, we need to still be aware that there's bad in this country, but we also need to be brought up how to do the good things in the country. Because something little will go a long ways, no matter if it's helping an old lady cross the street or bumming a few dollars for the lady that maybe forgot her checkbook or something like that. Now, I'm not saying to help her out by spending $100 on someone you just met. No, that's not what I mean. Seeing if she's like maybe like $1 short or something like that, give her $1. Just pass a good deed on. Set an example for others and see that there's still good people in this world. It takes less effort. It takes zero time. If I can, let me rephrase that. It takes zero effort to be a decent human being. And so it's sad that people choose not to. They just turn their heads the other way and look back. I mean, I can't say much because I've done it and stuff, but do I believe it? It messes with people, yes, because it messes with me a lot. I'm like, man, maybe I could have made that person's day. And I think that's why there's a lot of problems with like suicide in young teens and stuff, like lack of communication, a lack of trust, and other things. The great controversy of bullying and stuff like that. Our schools say we have there's a zero tolerance on bullying. Like that's complete bullshit. Because I've seen it firsthand. It's not necessarily physical bullying that's the problem. It's cyberbullying, texting someone saying, "Oh, you look like trash," or "Go kill yourself," yada yada yada. That's not okay. I think if they're going to have a zero tolerance, they need to enforce a zero tolerance. And if you just hear someone like saying something that you might sounds like, "Hey, that might actually be serious," call them out on it. Or if you see, because I've seen kids and stuff get in fights all the time. No matter if it's the bad person starting or the good person starting, both of them, they get busted. They go to the ISS or they get or out of school suspension. I don't know. But I think a lot of the problem is they apparently have this zero tolerance on bullying, but it's mainly more focused on what they see, which ain't right. So I think really what we need is more of just raising your kids right with respect and for others, and to show and set a good example for them, showing it's okay to do good things stuff in this world, and what's necessarily considered cool doesn't necessarily mean it's right. So that's kind of all I have to say about it. So I hope you guys have a great day. Hope you have a great weekend.